Hi, welcome to Country Stitchers. I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Deb.
And today is a special day for me. Kylie, my granddaughter, first of the granddaughters, turned 13 today.
Happy birthday, Kylie.
Yes, happy birthday, sweetheart. And just so you know, because it'll be a little while till it gets there, this is coming your way for birthday.
Oh.
I hope you'll have fun. I know you liked it. You saw it when I got it, so I'm going to let you stitch it.
Cool.
And you can put it up in your new bedroom.
Nice.
Yes. And I hope you
nice,
stay
nice.
with the rest of the video because there's a surprise on here for Mom, too.
Ooh.
Yes,
Oh,
she
yeah.
doesn't know that, though. So anyway, it's been a little while. We've been busy. I got some stitching time in.
Yes, you did.
You did, too.
Yes, a little bit, yes.
And we got to go shopping. We had fun. We had a Hobby Lobby day.
We were each other's Valentine date.
We were. That's right. I forgot about that. That guy who was waiting on us, he did keep sort of what's the event? We wished him a happy Valentine's. He did us too twice. That was so cute.
He was very nice.
He was.
Yes, he was very nice.
Richard was
That
his
was
name.
cute.
Richard.
Yeah. But yes, we went to Hobby Lobby. We went out to lunch. We went to Costco.
Yeah, we did. We did. I got some great
fun.
stuff at Costco's off of her membership. We let ours lapse. Rick goes between BJ's and Costco. That whole time we had both, and he's convinced everything we need at BJ's. But I think the good stuff is at Costco's. So anyway,
So yes, we're glad to be back.
welcome and consider yourself one of us. Let's look at what some people had to say after our last video.
Okay, all right. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and watches and comments. Thank you very much. Couple questions. Oh my gosh, I had to say thank you. Okay, so in our last video, we were talking about what we bought at Salty Yarns, and I had talked about buying the fabric and the thread. Whoops. This table is so full.
Yep, it is.
For the Heartland sampler. And I was positive that I had bought the Heartland sampler, but then when I got home, I could not find it anywhere. Well, you all know my life better than me. Thank you. Because Linda and Susan, they left me comments, and Linda's like, Deb, stop and search. You have shown the Heartland sampler chart to us. And she goes, episode 38. I'm like, as soon as I read your comment, I dropped what I was doing. I only have one place that I keep samplers. It's this shelf that Matt built me, and I have all my charts there that I'm not considered work in progress. Yep. And my very top shelf is all sampler related. Well, I had looked a couple times there, but I pulled a Matt, my husband, he can't find anything. He opens the fridge, and if the ketchup doesn't jump out at you, it's not there. So I looked on that shelf over and over, couldn't find it. When you said I had it, I came down here and pulled chart by chart off that shelf, and it had slipped behind the first shelf, not onto the second shelf, but not on the first shelf. And that's where
Suspended animation.
That's where it was. I was so happy. So, because when we were at Salty Yarns, I pulled the pattern off the shelf, and that's how I could find what fabric I wanted to choose and what threads I wanted. But yay! I have it. It's wonderful. And just in case anybody doesn't know, it is by the Scarlet House, and it's the Heartland sampler. And oh my gosh, we have such a glare today. That's not good. There's Hank right there. I'm gonna anything that looks like Hank.
And that's Tanya Brockmeyer. She has such pretty patterns.
And I chose, I think I had already said that, but I chose a fabric, I think it's a 40, yes, it's vintage light exemplar, and it's 46 count. So, anyway, thank you, ladies. Yes.
When are you doing a 57?
Oh, that'd be never.
Never?
No. If someone sends me 57, I'll try it. But I don't have anything above that. But thank you. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh. I was like, yes! I knew it. All right. Oh, Melissa, she wanted to know if we wrap anything around our Hardwick hoops.
We didn't used to.
No.
But I told Deb, we were away, and I was mentioning that they were all going for their Hardwick hoops the first day we got there at the retreat to make sure they got the sizes they wanted. And I said something about the smaller one I'd gotten doesn't retain my fabric. As I'm stitching, it just collapses in the middle, and I've tried a bunch of things. And that's when our friend Sandy said, let me show you what I did.
Grab one real quick.
And so she taught us a little trick. And I did bring my
And I know other
my
people.
roll with me, but I don't have it
Oh
up on
yeah,
the table.
shoot, I have one too.
But she suggested
Do you
that
want me to grab it? Or
yeah, that way people will
Okay.
know what we found at Hobby Lobby and if they can find it. She suggested that we use twill tape and wrap the inside hoop on the Hardwick with the twill tape, and then it grabs the fabric. And she's absolutely right. We watched her stitching on hers. So I wrapped my smaller one, and I bought, and it came in, I think they had 4 different widths. The 2 smaller ones were the ones that I liked,
oh, okay.
and those are the ones Deb bought.
So this is the twill tape.
And it's just got a groove. It's cotton.
Yeah, I don't know if that's showing up or not.
I think
What
so.
do you
I
think?
can see
Is that
it.
okay?
Yep.
All right.
And then
And we found it at Hobby
that'll
Lobby.
show it to you wrapped. I wrapped mine as far to the edge of each wrap as I could, and I pulled as tightly as I could so I could get rid of any bulk. But when I was done, it took 2 out of the 3 yards that were on the spool.
Yeah, it takes a lot more than you
So
think it's going to.
There's 6 feet of twill tape on this small one.
Yeah, yeah. And I wrapped one of my larger ones.
Same shape.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, you're wrapping the inside
Yeah.
hoop. And it does make it a very tight fit.
Yes.
Very.
And you can see by the screws when we're done,
Yeah, it's nice.
it's got very little left. I mean, it takes up a lot of space, but
Yeah. Yeah. And someone else had asked a question. I cannot remember your name. I'm sorry, but she said that when she bought, I think, a Hardwick hoop, and it was, I think, this shape, the one that's more of that, not square but not round shape.
television shape.
Yeah. And she said it's a little tricky for her to line it up correctly and to get it to fit properly, you know, because
It is.
well, there's a trick to that. If you notice on every hoop, there's a number.
Right.
See that number there? It's not tricky if all you do when you go to stitch, all you have to do is line up that number.
Right.
And then it fits perfectly. That's why that's there. It's made to fit perfectly like that. Now, if you wrap your inner hoop, obviously that number's going to disappear. But that's how it's supposed to fit perfectly, is all you got to do every time is line that up.
Once you get it wrapped, look at the front where your number is, take a marker and just mark the top of your twill right on the back. And then you've got it marked in both spots and you can see it. But I was going to say, I understood what you meant. Even when on this particular shaped hoop, when I lined up my number, Deb, I still had trouble closing it.
You did?
I did. And that's why I knew that there had to be something else I needed to do to this to make it grab. And I think it doesn't happen on my round hoop. And I don't know if you have trouble with that one, getting it in and out and getting it settled. But this one, it did, even though I had both parts in the same orientation. I had to actually take my hoop and push it together to get it to start and to get it to settle in. So maybe it's a matter of it just getting used a little bit too, because they're all tight and hanging for a good period of time till you get it. But I feel your pain.
Oh, Iman, she wanted us to talk about our experience at the Fiber Fest last year.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
We had fun.
Yeah.
We did not enroll in any classes last year. We went purely as innocent bystanders, mostly to crash our posse's day because our friends were there. But it was a nice display of goods, especially if you do rug hooking, punch needle, wool felting, all those.
Very primitive. It was awesome.
A lot of woodworking. Teresa Miller had a lot of different pieces out.
Beautiful.
In fact, we have shopping lists
Oh
for
my
this
gosh.
year from our friends.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to say what I want, Teresa, because I want to make sure it's there.
So we're excited. But we enjoyed it. And
where they host it, it's a beautiful ski resort. I mean, the stitching rooms or the classrooms that we got to see and kind of sneak in on a little bit, nice and bright, nice big round tables. It was great. They had a room where everybody could kind of go and hang out and stitch, and they had a large show and tell display there.
And because it's a ski resort, the whole way around is windows. So you
Yeah.
have a lot of light in the room.
Yeah.
I'm still going to take my halo light with me. But
Oh, yeah? And your chair.
Yeah. Thank you.
Are we seriously taking the chair? I mean, I will, but
Well, let's wait and see then.
if our room's really small, I'm going to have to sit your chair
I'll
on
put
top
on
of the
the
bed.
balcony. Put it on the
Oh,
balcony.
I'll put you outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Liz? Ah, she's outside.
I'm not gonna live down the chair thing.
We can
am
push
I?
you down the ski thing.
Oh
You can-
yes.
yeah.
What?
Instead of tubing, you could be.
Skis on my recliner.
Yes.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
my God. Oh, that would be fun.
So yes, we enjoyed it very much.
For me, not
And
you.
The classes and everything for this year's Fiber Festival are on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just do a search on Fiber Festival 2020 and you'll see it.
Yes, coming up soon. March, end of March. All right, so Diane, she was wondering where she could get the Glendon Place Ornaments All Around pattern.
GlendonPlace.net.
Yeah, you'll see it right there. And I did completely finish my stitching. Yay!
And you'll see that later.
Yeah, I even, Liz was in on it because when I was ready to take my last stitch, I did this with one of my other big pieces too.
That one, I wouldn't have wanted to miss that one.
The Around the World sampler, when I finished that one, I video it for her and I'm like, okay, so you can be a part of this with me. I'm about to take my last stitch. So that was cool. Do you have?
I do.
Well, we can go back and forth a little bit.
I do.
That's
I
a cute
do.
picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna show them. Spring has arrived at my house.
Yeah. We never got winter.
No, I know. I have an email, and please forgive me. You'll know who this is about because I just texted you and sent you another email this morning. A question came in. She had just bought a pattern by Sue Hillis. It's
cute.
a man cave rules pattern.
I don't.
I'll adjust my light so you can see
Okay.
it. But basically the question was, what happens when I want to stitch an anchor on back stitch lettering? The lettering is not close to the actual spot that she could anchor to. You'll see,
I don't know.
maybe a little bit. She's going to be doing, you know what, I can
Can you
dark-
see okay,
Oh yeah, well
Liz? Is that
that's
okay?
good. Yeah. The lettering she's talking about is some outlining lettering that's just outlined, and she doesn't have something close by to anchor her thread. So Deb and I chatted about this a little bit. I would suggest that you use the pin stitch anchor. It's very versatile. Not only can you put it behind a cross on cross stitch, you can use it as your leading two stitches for back stitching. So you would just come in and go down in the center of your first back stitch, come out the other side, go down in the center, and then start your back stitching 2 stitches out, or however many you keep in. Some people go 2, some go 4, depending on the actual direction of the stitch and how large it is. But I would just go from there and leave that pin stitch anchored. You will never notice the 2 half stitches butting up against each other as opposed to one stitch over 2 threads next to it. You won't see the difference. Deb has another way she does it.
And I mean, I would have suggested another option would be an away knot, so that your thread then, make sure wherever you place your knot, your thread is going to be stitched over the back of it as you're doing your back stitching, and then you can just clip off your knot, rethread your needle, and pass it through the threads on the back of the stitching. So I think either way would be fine.
Yeah. And I understand what you're saying, because when you're back stitching, you don't have a lot of threads collectively to slide your thread under. The other thing that came to mind, you know how you wrap your back stitching with a whip stitch? You can do the same thing on the back as well. When you get done, you can take your thread and you can wrap it around your back stitch threads, as opposed to trying to weave it in and out. You can wrap it. So
Yeah.
a couple different ideas.
Yeah.
Hope it helps.
Yes. And she wanted to know if she fell in love with that Cricut Collection Autumn Pillow I did. And she was wondering if I had the color convergence for that. Was that before we started saving the color convergence though? You know, the pillow that I finished, and it's by the Cricut Collection. It just says Autumn.
We're doing it the same. Do I have the same colors?
I don't know.
I was pretty sure we were doing it the same and on the same fabric.
I don't know about that one. I thought it was different. But
Okay.
I think that's before, though, we started saving those.
Yeah, we don't have any information on the color changes. I know that.
Yeah, okay.
Not within our
Okay. All right.
YouTube
All right.
information.
If we find out something different, Ann, we'll let you know. Sorry about that.
I know that the original pattern is all DMC.
Right.
If I have any that are changed, I'll let you know, because sometimes I watch what she does and then I do it later. So
Marcia, she wanted to know if the Scenic Farm was stitched with DMC. The Scenic Farm kit is a dimensions kit, so it comes with their threads.
and their threads are a mix of their own threads that they have manufactured and DMC, and
Right.
it depends on the kit.
Right. Right. Okay, so
Can I interject
yes.
one thing?
No.
They do have a conversion, though. That was one of the things we talked about when we were taking our visit with them in Wyomissing. Was a long time ago, I got a kit that had cardinals in it, and so did a friend of mine. And we got down to the part where she was finishing her one cardinal, and she ran out of thread. I went online, and you can get a conversion from DMC to the dimensions color numbers. So whether it came with DMC or not, if you have a color you're missing, you can go out and get the chart, and it is so close between the two that you can swap it out with whatever you have in your DMC stash. So if you're missing, the other thing is their customer service email address from their website is extremely responsive if you've run out of any threads in your
Yeah.
kit. So you can either get it directly from them or pull it from your stash.
Yeah. Yeah. Miriam, so she had a question for on 40 count stitching. She said, if you're doing 2/2 on 40 count, do you do a half stitch or a complete X? I also have heard that when we have to stitch some quotes on samplers on 40 count, 1/1, we should make a half stitch. Is that right? Liz and I both feel the same way. It is personal preference. It's up to you. We've stitched on 40 count where we've did a half stitch, and we've stitched on 40 count where we've did a full stitch over one. So
Yeah. I
you
did it
remember,
on a
Liz-
couple ornaments.
yeah, and didn't you show it was like one of those pocket watch thingies?
Yeah,
And,
it was a fob from Tim Holtz.
yeah.
And it was the pattern that was kind of a remake of a homespun elegance pattern that had Santa going over the top of some trees
Yeah.
with a little reindeer. And I made full X's on that because it just didn't stand out the way I thought it would. The only thing I did 1/1 without the full stitch and did the 10th stitch or the half stitch was the snow at the bottom, because I had beads in the bottom with it that were floating around, and I didn't need it to be quite that dense. But I do know that I have seen patterns like a Mirabilia pattern where it's telling you that you can do sections of the skin in Petty Point, which is 1/1. And those are usually done either way, either as a half stitch or as a full cross, I guess, depending on the shading and how dark you want it. Preference
Yeah.
rules out.
Jennifer, she wanted to know what type of hook did I use on my beautiful chicken when I when I hooked my chicken. We had bought our hooks from Cushing, www.cushing.com.
There in Kennebunk, Maine.
Yeah, and I got 3 different sizes because I wasn't sure which one I needed.
And mine came with
So-
one as a kit in a package I ordered, and
Yeah, so I do have 3 different sizes.
it ended up being the medium.
Yep, that's what I used on that one too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still say
Yep.
they look like baby crochet hooks, but a wooden handle.
They do. Yeah. Yeah. All right, have anything else there, Liz?
I got an email. I just thought I would share it just because the resurgence in stitching and needlework is just exciting to me.
Yeah,
And
it is.
I was talking to Pat at Stitches Unlimited this week, and we were talking about that as well. And we got an email from Kathy Guimera, and she said, "Hi, Liz and Deb. I was enjoying stitching this morning, and I was reflecting on how much I enjoy having gotten back into cross stitch after a very long hiatus. I need to thank you gals for that. After watching you on Flosstube, I was hooked again.
Aw.
I just want to thank you for sharing your love of needlework. You're an inspiration and joy to watch, and I look forward to watching and learning for many more years.
Oh, years.
Yeah, that one shocked me too. But anyway, it's the reason I bring this up, and it's a very nice email. Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah,
is
thank you.
because so many people have gone back to stitching after a long period of time, and I think it goes to the talents of the designers and the ways that people are getting creative about finishing, like my friend here.
Oh, nice.
Because it's no longer just frame it, put it on the wall.
True.
You can do so many things with it, and the expressions in the designs are so much deeper and so much more meaningful, I think, now than they were back in the 1980s and go on back even farther. But samplers seem to be the hot item.
Right now, yeah.
So
You're right. And it's so cool how everything kind of cycles through.
Yes.
Yeah, it's neat. Oh, that's sweet.
So,
thank you. Nice. We have a question
Okay.
from, well, Crafty Mom. So she usually uses DMC, and anyway, with everyone talking about, you know, the specialty threads on Flosstube, she went ahead and ordered some. On the back it says to wash and remove excess color. She wanted to know if you really have to do that. We have never washed our thread. The reason why they say that is because it's not color fast. So if you would happen to spill your water on your stitching, it may bleed. It probably will bleed. But I have never washed my thread. Have you? Seriously, that would be, no.
No,
No,
I don't.
no.
First of all, if you do that, then you're going to change the hue and the tone of the thread that you're using, because it's going to get lighter, right? When you wash out the dye.
Dad done do that, so I don't know. I have
The
no
only
idea.
experience I had with this,
That's like way too much work.
the only
Oh my
experience I
gosh.
had was when we were down at Salty Yarns. You remember I set my, I had a drink on the table, and even though we had the air conditioner running, there was a lot of humidity that weekend. And water
Sure, blame
had
it on the
pooled-
humidity, Liz. Yeah.
water had pooled around the bottom of my cup, and I had set my little floss card down. I thought safely far enough away, but as it got to my little card, then it got to the card, and then it got to the thread, and when I picked it up, it was a
Oops.
big mess. And I ran into the bathroom grabbing paper towels and toilet paper and trying to stop it from bleeding,
God.
but
Funny stuff.
it did make a difference in the depth of the color of the thread, so fortunately for me, I had enough to finish the project.
Ah, that's funny. Okay. Oh, I posted something on Instagram the other day, and I got a whole bunch of messages of people that wanted to see it again. We had shown the winter bell pull, a while
Long time
ago.
ago.
It is from a Stony Creek magazine. This is what it is supposed to look like, finished. I hope you can see that. Sorry for the
I
glare.
can't believe
It's-
you're pulling winter out.
I
Deb.
know. Well, I just feel, I mean, we haven't even had winter yet here. It stinks, man.
I don't
just
think we're
want
gonna
a
get it.
good, I don't either, but
Think it's a goner.
darn it. So I wanted to show you again what I have so far. I do need to get this finished. It is so cute, so pretty. I'm working on the end right there. That's not completely finished. It is DMC and a little bit of specialty threads, couple beads.
Little Kreinik.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Now, this was oriented horizontal. It's supposed to be vertical. I didn't realize the fabric was sent to me cut incorrectly until Liz and I were actually away for the weekend.
Working
And-
on them.
And I brought that up there to start working on it. Did not open my fabric up or anything till we got up there to the mountains. And then when I opened it up, after I'm trying to figure
I
this
was going to say, she's sitting there going, Liz, I'm not counting this right.
no,
I don't know what's wrong.
What is going on here? And then Liz comes over and she's like, oh no. And so after all that, I decided, well, I really wanted to start it. Oh well, I'll just make it the other way. And I think that's why I haven't finished it, because you know how when you get something in your mind and you see it a certain way. I have the autumn one finished, and I love hanging that up on my door.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to hang this one up. And now I'm going to have to, you know, mount it horizontal or make a really long bolster pillow. I don't know. And so I think that's why I'm not in love with it.
If you
But-
decide to do this pattern, I would make a suggestion that you order your fabric from Stony Creek, because they know the pattern, and make reference to what you're using it for, because they'll make sure that the squares are oriented
Yeah.
vertically or horizontally, whichever you want. But generally speaking, they're going to do it vertically because that's what it is. It's a bell pull.
And that fabric is what, fireside?
Fireside.
Okay.
Basically 18 count.
Yeah. So, anyway, maybe I'll finish it. Maybe. We'll see.
Perhaps.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Before we get off of our comment section, I want to just say a quick thank you to someone who is sharing a lot with our viewers. We got a card from Sandra, and it's a beautiful card. It's a quilt card. She sent us a box of some patterns, but mostly kits to share with our viewers. And she was inspired by our Dimensions trip to the design studio and the video that followed, and she wanted to pass those along. So I just want to say thank you to Sandra, and
sweet,
you'll all be benefiting from this in the future. We're going to go to Spotlight today.
Yes.
We said we had some guilds that we wanted to share with you, and today's Spotlight is an EGA guild. And let's see if I got this lighting done to a place where you can see this. This is their pin. It's a Lamplighter's Guild. That's not bad.
No, not bad.
Lamplighter's Guild for the EGA. And they're located in the they're part of the Mid-Atlantic region for the EGA. If you watched our video when we talked about the EGA in general, they have large regions around the United States that also act as an upper level to their individual chapters. The Lamplighter's chapter was established in 1974, and their current president is Joan Tierno, and they're 46 years old.
Yeah, that's awesome.
In February. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the oldest spotlight we've done so far for the guild chapter. They meet on the second Thursdays of the month at 7:30, and they meet also, like some of the other groups we've talked about, from September to June. They take a break in the summertime. They're meeting in I should say this is in Woodstown, New Jersey. I didn't actually give you the location other than Mid-Atlantic. They meet at the Catholic Community Church, the Holy Spirit Parish Center on Elm Street at Broad Street. Those of you who live in the area will know where that is. I don't. Yeah. They have a meeting format that they refer to as being typical. I didn't think it was all that typical. They have a greeting time, old and new business. They have outreach efforts, which I assume when I was in the EGA, those were programs meant to teach, and they would hook up with youth groups and different elementary schools. We did some stitching for the hospitals, for gowns for premature birth and stillborn births. So different things that they might be involved in through their efforts come under their outreach. But then they have a category called Care and Concern for Members, which I thought was very different. I like that, that they take the time to see what's going on in the life of their membership. Then they do their sharing, the show and tell, their monthly project. It's a pretty rich meeting time.
Yeah, definitely. The focus of their guild is they wish to inspire passion for the needle arts through education and a celebration of the heritage. They love to share the knowledge and techniques with all stitchers. So what sets them apart from other guilds? They're the only guild in the area counties. So anyway, if you live nearby, check them out. The members are friendly. They enjoy what they do. They welcome all levels of stitchers to share in the love of needle art. The dues are $46 a year. Part of that goes to the national EGA, part goes to the regional EGA, and a small portion then remains with the Lamplighter's chapter. Annual activities, they had some cool ones. Stitch In public at the local library in February each year. A covered dish dinner in April. Annual Stitchers, I know. Annual Stitchers Challenge. Christmas in July, this sounded cool. An all-day class with 3 teachers, 3 Christmas projects. Members bring a bag lunch and cookies to share.
Oh, fun.
That sounds fun. decorating the Woodstown Library Christmas tree each December with their needlework ornaments. Isn't that sweet?
That is neat.
Yeah. And then Christmas and cookie ornament exchange each December. A theme is selected early in the year, and the members stitch smalls, ornaments, pin cushions, and other things to exchange. That's really cool. You have a great lineup for the year.
The person to contact is also the president, Joan Tierno, and I will put her email address and their Facebook address. They have a Facebook page. Give
Nice.
you a little insight into their Facebook page. It's beautiful work on the Facebook page. And then they also have a blog. So all of that will be listed in the description box so that you can jump over and take a look. So any interest at all, contact Joan and they'll set you up with a meet and greet at their next guild meeting.
Yeah, go check them out.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Deb?
Yes.
Deb has been searching high and low for new gadgets.
Oh,
She found,
well,
I'm going to call it Debs Discovery. That's what I'm going to call it.
but it's not mine though.
No, but
No. So,
it didn't just drop on our doorstep. You
no.
were looking at
no.
things when you
Well,
found
I was watching Flosstube.
it. Yeah.
What? So, I wanted to
neat
say
word.
thank you to Brenda and the Sampler Stitcher, because when Brenda showed this, oh my God, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So it's a little Polaroid zinc, and it attaches to your phone, and any pictures or anything you have stored in your phone, once you download the app, you can just print right out, and it
It's
comes
called a zinc?
yeah, and it comes
Oh,
out
cute.
in the cutest little Polaroid picture. So
Can I show them?
well, hold on. I seriously paused the video, and I got right on Amazon, because Brenda tells you, where to go to get it and everything. She got the idea from someone else, so it's like whisper down the lane kind of thing,
And she said
And
to me, I
so-
found something new for us, but
Yeah.
she wouldn't tell me what it was in
Yeah.
our text messages.
Yeah, because I figured, well, Liz and I can share this. McKenna will love it. And so when Liz came over today, I took a picture of the Scottish sampler we were both doing, and Liz had found these plastic, what are they called?
Those are
Like
badge savers.
That
But this
Sarah-
idea, yeah.
Right, Sarah has used these, the Red-Headed Stitcher, on the bags that she makes for us. So this was coming from Sarah. And so I took a picture of the sampler, and I said, this is for you, Liz, and now you can put this tag on the bag that holds your sampler.
When
Isn't that
when she first
sweet?
held it up, she says, look at this. I said, yeah. And I'm waiting because I'm thinking, well, she took a copy of her pattern and she cut it out. And I'm thinking, good. Yeah. Because I was thinking I gave her these and I'm thinking, is she going to use them? And then she goes, this is a picture. I said, what? So anyway, these are sweet.
So cool. I mean, and it's neat that it's like all these ideas kind of, come from all these different
Convergence.
people. Yeah, that is so cool. So if you want to check out her, I don't know how often I don't know if there's another video out or not, but it's one of their last videos, and she shows this in the beginning of the video.
Should I link? I'll put a link to the video.
Okay, and I did get it off of Amazon, but that was just one of the coolest things ever. I thought, oh, this is going to be fun for us.
Yes, it will.
Fun.
We're already discussing who and when and where and how to get the packages for the film. And the one thing I haven't figured out yet is how I can send my print request through her phone to her Zink without being here, like through the air. So all of a sudden she'll be in the room and her little Zink will go, zzz, it'll be my picture.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth.
Hmm.
So
Maybe
can't
I
we
can.
do that?
Well, you can do it through the air. I don't know how far my Bluetooth will reach, but maybe I need a Bluetooth amplifier. Anybody know about those?
I'll find her out in the field later. She'll be walking every few steps. Does it work now? Does it work
Can
now?
you hear me now?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Anyway, that was pretty cool.
that is.
Pretty cool. And then so I've been making those
And it's Deb proof. That was what she said to me. It's
yeah,
Deb proof.
I promise you can use this. If I can use this, I can't use our TV remote. If I can
She
use
can't.
this,
We come to Stitch and she just hands them to me.
seriously, I'm not kidding. Why do you need 3 remotes? It's
I-
one television.
I know.
Anyway.
The input concept is.
Yeah. Oops, my head. You can use this. I promise. It's that easy. It is Deb. It works. So I've been making those little tags also. A long time ago when I did Stampin' Up, and we had a lot of stamp camps and stuff like that, we would make for zipper pulls or whatever. What are they called? What am I thinking?
Little fobs for the
Yeah. So couldn't we do that too? We can take pictures of our things, and we can get the little bezels or whatever,
and have a match.
Yeah, no sweet. I know. Oh my gosh, that little thing's so cool.
It is.
All right. Yes. So that was my fun find.
That is fun.
Yeah.
And you've been stitching. Why don't you show us what you've been working on?
Okay.
And then I'll jump in.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's never mind.
She's getting ahead of me.
Shocker.
Well, I don't blame her for that one. I mean, I would want to jump right to the one she picked up too.
I did start the Scottish sampler. So remember when we showed you this last time. Beautiful. We chose some of the called for threads and then some that are called for by us because they didn't have, I hope I'm not bleeding. I don't want to bleed on my fabric. This is what I have so far. Liz, when she showed hers, you're starting in the upper left corner. Yep. Okay. And I'm starting in the middle. So this is what I have so far.
Yeah.
This is all silk thread. Wait a minute.
I was going to say, it looks like a gallows.
There you go.
You're trying to hang those flowers?
Whoops. This is supposed to be a house. Anyway, that's what I have so far, and it is so much fun. I'm loving it and loving these colors. All silk threads, one thread, one strand of silk over
that's beautiful.
2 threads. And I love it on my color fabric. And this is 40, is this? Yes.
You got 40.
40 count, yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
That is beautiful.
I'll show you our colors. They're so pretty.
Is this the one where your needle was giving you pain?
You know, it's not just that. I have broken, oh my gosh, remember it started when we were away.
Right.
I went through 2 needles while we were away. And then we got home and I was using a small petite 28 and it broke on me right at the bottom of the eye.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm doing.
So what are you using now? You using a number 10 ballpoint or
no? I don't, because I need to, you know, hide my thread.
Not an easy guide.
Oh.
The bead ballpoint that we
No, I'm not.
Used. Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I just picked a non-petite and
Okay.
I think this is a 26, not a 28.
Okay.
Anyway, this one's working nicely. Maybe it is a 28, but it's not a petite.
It's not short.
No, so hopefully I won't break this one. But anyway, that is such a beautiful sampler. Oh my gosh.
The reason I asked is because I went to the 40 count, or to the number 10 ballpoint beading needle.
Yeah.
There is a difference when
yeah,
we talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
that needle versus the easy guide that Sullivan's makes.
Yeah,
and they're
because I
two
like
different-
the beading needle.
Yes.
I don't care for the other one only because I guess I
hooks.
stitched too tight and I cannot hide that. It actually has a little ball in the end and I can't get it under.
It has a groove, like a bevel behind the ball point. So it hooks, kind of, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, I'm not that fond of that one, but I like the other one that you talked about. All right, so I worked on that. Oh, and I got into doing my
Our
Prairie
alphabet.
Schooler alphabet. We're doing the A through Z and the Ampersand symbol. We're doing it 3 across and 9 down. And this is over 1, and it is on...
We're doing that on 25?
I know it's not 25.
No, 32. Because you didn't think I was, and I am. Remember we had that long conversation?
Look at that, 32 count lamb's wool.
We had this ongoing conversation between the two of us about what I was stitching on. She said, I didn't think you were doing it 32. I said, I'm pretty sure I did it the way you did, and we cut the same fabric.
All right, so this, I wanted to get this back out because this, I will never get this finished if I don't start working on it.
Yeah, you were looking for something for your hoop. Will that fit?
Wow, there's so much fabric. I don't know. But this is what I have going so far. I am so close to finishing that D. I have A, B, and, oh, thanks. A, B, and C finished up there, over 1. And then I'm working on the D, and I just got to finish that eagle.
And you're not doing a half stitch either.
Oh,
You're
no,
doing a
this is
full
all,
cross.
this is a full cross, yeah. So there's tons of stitching in each of these. I know it's small, like each
But it's almost
But
full coverage
that
on
is-
some of them.
Oh my God, that's a lot of stitching.
It is.
But it is so pretty.
That's gorgeous.
And the colors are awesome. It calls, if you want to stitch it as is, I think it just calls for all DMC. But I remember sitting there in a hotel room. We went to a retreat, and I was sitting there on the bed coming up with, okay, what DMC do I want to use and what do I want to change to variegated thread? And then we went over there to the store and got all the colors.
Well, we sat there with the patterns, and we went through and we looked for the largest space for the threads, remember? We were looking how much color is in one of those that we might get to see the variegation if we variegated it, remember? And how much we wanted to use for DMC where we wouldn't need a variegated.
Yeah, it was just funny because you're going, yeah, because I was picking them out and I'm going, well, I think I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this. And you're going, all right, whatever you're doing. I said, okay. So we have some DMC and we have variegated. And it's a lot of colors.
It is.
A lot. But it's fun and it's beautiful. Are you doing full crosses on yours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I still have them on the rings in here. Like, there's a lot of colors. These are the variegated that we chose that I stuck in the bags. And then here's DMC. So it's a lot of thread. And then all I did was just label on here, like, if they called for a DMC number, I wrote down what DMC number they had called for, and then I wrote what is actually in this bag so that I knew what to substitute it for. Does that make any sense, or did I say that wrong?
Nope.
Okay.
I use the symbols. She writes numbers. I take a symbol marker or Sharpie on my erasable thing, and I use the symbols.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. So that's, other than my finish, which I'll show you later, that was all the stitching I got finished.
This is really
Accomplished.
The colors with that color fabric are really, really pretty.
Yeah, it is really pretty. And I know exactly where I want to put it.
Yeah.
But we'll probably be moved out of this house by the time we finish with it.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
Oh my gosh.
We haven't gotten in the pool yet,
True. Yeah.
so
True.
don't hurry.
Yeah.
Don't hurry.
What did someone say? They can't wait for a floss tube from the pool.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so.
Not with our overdyed floss, anyway.
Let's do a true test. Dunk it.
Is this chlorine safe?
Matt will come home. Oh, there's no, it's salt water. So does that help?
Oh,
Matt will come home like, why is the pool different colors? Oh, we were washing our thread.
better for our thread. Okay, my turn. What am I stitching?
Oh, too cute.
This little guy is fun. I'm gonna not be able to show you the pattern because it's a what do I want to say? A PDF file, and I don't think I have the front page with the actual picture in my stitching. I just have the actual graph. Oh no! I surprised myself.
All right.
I do have it. It's from a designer called the Floss Box. Back when I was looking for
another
little patterns.
Biscornu.
It is. And this guy I've had, I mean, this came out in 2010, and I probably bought it the day she put it out there.
Cute.
It's got those little bunnies and tulips on the one side and then the tulips on the other side for the back. Doesn't show you a finished picture, but anyway, I decided I needed to get hopping on this. So I had one set of tulips in the boundary done when I picked it up a couple weeks ago.
That's
so I've got the
cute.
tulips in, and I just started on the bunny right there under that finger. So that'll be fun. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Cue picture. Deb saw a picture on here and she said, oh, that's pretty. And I forgot to show you the picture. This is why we're doing what we're doing, because right now this is how I feel. I was just given these daffodils by my friend Sue, who's a florist, and she grows all of these bulb plants for the upcoming season. And she brought this over on Monday when she came to stitch. So this is Sue's gift to me, and I thought I had to put it up there with my snowman because this is how conflicted I feel. So I got out my spring stuff. I was too moved.
Did you?
Yeah, that's what we're. Oh, not my decorations.
Oh.
No,
All right, okay.
You know me. I'm not. No, you're still ahead of me on that one. My stitching. That's easier to get out. So I got out this guy, which you'll remember. This is Pam Reed from Old Colonial. And I collected this online. I have some accessories I'm still looking for. I only have the ruler I would like to find the other accessories, so I'm still hunting. But I actually got going on it. I was so excited.
Oh, I love the colors.
Isn't it pretty now? Oh, you're going to be proud of me.
I am
I
proud of you.
changed it up. I know
There
you
you go.
always are.
Want me to hold it? For
Okay,
you?
thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
Um,
Can you see?
yeah. This row at the top is queen stitches on the purple, or it's sweet pea actually. Top and bottom are queen stitches, so that was fun. These are satin stitches with half stitches in the center, very center of them. And then these are starlight, star eyelets, I think they're called. Yeah. So I don't know if you can show them the different stitches, but this is packed with the different stitches, and that's what I've been waiting to get busy
Very
on
pretty.
it. But the colors that, I'll show you the picture again. They use a lot of the sweet pea, so you'll see all the light purple, and I just thought that's a little too light for my taste. I wanted to make it a little darker, so I pulled in some of the briar rose, and I'm probably going to use that down in some of these other places where they have some more flowers, and maybe in the needle book. But anyway, this is going to be fun, and it's going so much faster than I thought. That was only 2 evenings,
Yeah.
so that was quick.
Very cool. Is this the fabric that, did this come as a kit, you
Yes.
said? So this is the fabric that they,
Yes, and it's light mocha is what it is. It's just
Okay.
light mocha.
do you have that basket?
Yes,
This?
I do.
Really?
It has a lid with a knob on top.
Cool. Look at that one too. That's cool.
Yeah, that's one of the accessories I'd like to get.
Oh, okay.
It's accessory number 1. Pam, if you know where I can find it, email me.
Very cool.
So anyway, and the reason I was also sort of prompted to go back and pick this up was because I enjoyed having my Christmas stuff sitting around that I had stitched on, that I sew with or have little goodies. And I thought I need to get something springy done to go along with it.
Yeah.
And also because we were looking at the Needlework Galleria page and the classes they were doing, and I saw Pam Reed's scissor box that she had done a design on top of, and it took me right back to our little girls that we did back in our first or second video that we
Yeah.
showed, and all the different things that Pam has coming out, and I thought I have got to finish that one kit that I tried so hard to find. So, and it's springy. That was
gonna
the fun part.
Go to the Galleria.
Yes, we're going to get there. Then I worked on my Easter Peep. This is by Brenda Gervais.
So cute.
This is the one where the chick's holding the bunny pop. I just love that. Now this makes it to me look like a fairly large size pillow until you see the eggs, I guess. But I'm doing it over 1, which is what it was called for.
Teeny, teeny,
And
tiny.
it is. It's a tiny little guy. And there
Oh
he
my
is.
gosh, he's so cute.
It's going to be fun.
Very cool.
And that's a full cross on this too.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it half.
I'm doing the same pattern, but I'm doing it over 2. So you'll get to see a different size.
Different look. Yep.
Yeah, a whole different look.
And Gadget Corner is connected to this. You'll see what I'm doing there. That's going to be fun. And then I have, let's see, I'll show this. This is my autumn forest.
See, told you.
The one Deb has out in the room there. And I wanted to get mine going because I want my son to be able to have something to hang up in his apartment. And now that he's on his 3rd apartment and he has nothing for me to hang up, I decided to get it done, or get it started anyway. So I got the top motif going. I actually have the bottom corner going too.
You do?
Remember that effort that I tried? Where is it? There it is. I tried doing this sideways on another hoop that or frame system I had.
Oh.
And I had to turn the pattern and do it, and no. I finally said, forget that. I'll hold it in a smaller hoop and do it in hand before I'll use that frame sideways. It just, I wanted to have it standing so I could just keep working on it, but that just wasn't happening for me.
Yeah.
And then, last of my current Easters that I was working on is this one by Blackbird Design. You might remember I picked these up when we were at Stitches Unlimited back at the holiday event.
Yeah.
It's a cute little bunny.
Oh, I know.
Deb and I love it framed on the wall.
So cute.
And I started on him. I got the fabric I wanted, which is Parched Bones. It's a 30 count. And I got it.
Here, do you want to just use this?
Okay.
Here.
I got it at our retreat weekend down at
Yeah, man, you were kicking away on this.
yeah, it was at Ocean City. So
Oh,
got his little outline done.
Sorry about that. I was washing it out, but
And I started on the backpack,
yes.
his little backpack. And that's, I like the fabric.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little loose as
It
far
is.
as
Yeah.
the thread count,
Yeah, it's an open weave, isn't it?
but it's stiff. It's not
Yeah.
very
it's
flimsy.
nice. It's cute.
Yeah. So
Nice.
those were the ones I was working on over the last, that plus the finish that I have. So
Yeah.
those
I
were
didn't
my
choose fabric
stitching
for
specs.
mine yet, but I did choose some threads.
Okay. So you have some spring things.
Yeah, we were asked if we would show some spring patterns that we have in our stash that maybe we, I mean, I can't say we're going to get to them all.
As evidenced by the things I'm still continuing from last year.
But it's fun to show you stuff. So, how many times can I disappear out of the frame? So I picked a few. This one, the Farmyard Parade, and these are like, you know, spring and summer-ish. I just think that one's so cute. This is by Brenda Gervais. This one's really cute. I don't know if this is an old Blackbird design or what, but I think it's really cute. Little beat up, but it's called Sunflower House, and I think that's really pretty.
Well loved.
Yes, it's very well loved. Good way to put it. And I had shown you this, I forget when did I get this one?
Oh, that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, but it's called the Red Cottage, and that's really pretty for summer, I think. And it's not unbelievably huge, so pretty house. And the Cricket Collection, Easter. You started this.
I did.
You did.
I
Okay.
didn't pull it, but I do
Okay.
have that. That's in my
Yeah.
that's in my whip bin. I didn't even open that up.
Oh no. That's fun.
I pulled all those threads. Remember that?
Liz's bins are fun. So that's Cricket Collection. You know what? If I don't move these, I'll be throwing those on the floor too. Okay. And then
This one is so cute.
yeah, Sam Sarah Designs Hip Hop Hair. That's too cute. You can do it either as a cross stitch or you can do the felt, or both. And the Prairie Schooler. I just thought this was cute. These have a lot of felt on them, but also some stitching. Little like garden gloves. You can make them into ornaments. I just think they're fun. So that would be a good spring or summer stitch. I love this one too. The Totten Hair.
Oh, remember when we saw
La-di-da.
that?
Yes.
We
Oh,
saw
this
this
is so
stitch.
cute. Love this.
It was actually
yes, that is so cute.
in Harrisburg. We were
Yes, that's right.
at the Prim Society.
Yeah. Yeah, that is adorable.
It is gorgeous when it's stitched. I forgot you had that.
Yeah, so cute. And then the Country Spirits Delivering Hope. This is a Homespun Elegance. It's cute.
I ran across my
the little
delivering
chickies?
Christmas with the lab on it when I
Oh,
was pulling
did
my
ya?
spring. Yeah, it reminds me of that.
That one's cute. Comes with some charms and buttons on that one. I think that was all the spring ones I pulled.
Okay. I had two that I got added to my collection last spring. I haven't started them. They're from Scattered Seed Samplers. You might remember the strawberry I did and finished a couple videos ago.
Yes.
Same designer. And this little guy, I like him. He's got the basket full of eggs. And then we have this guy who's, oh, that was Spring Gathering with the eggs, and this is Spring Delivery with the peeps.
Liz has a different alarm on her phone.
I do.
I thought it was a
At
telephone.
least it didn't
Hello?
sing, at least it didn't go off playing Come and Get Your Love, which is usually what I have wake me up in the morning. So, and then two Lamb's Tails. This is by Teresa Kogut. I got this at the Prim Society also. This one is really pretty. It's just full coverage, and I haven't decided yet whether I want to do it on black and not do the background or a different color fabric, but I'm still on the fence
Yeah.
about how I want to stitch that one. And then this one was just plain old fun, reminds you of getting outside for the first time after winter. It's a Prairie Schooler. It's Old MacDonald. And when I got it, I actually got it thinking of my twin granddaughters. I'd like to do this and let them put that up in their bedroom. I think that would be so cute. Old MacDonald. Then I have this pattern. It's a Vowels pattern. Let me find the name of it. I can't show it to you though because it was a kit done through the shop with just another button company buttons, I think. Val's stuff, that's what it is. And it's called All My Goodies in One Basket. And I started on it.
Cute.
It's a little bunny with a basket. Originally, it was on this fabric, which is kind of hard to see in this lighting,
Yeah,
but it's
is.
got the white dots there. It's kind of, there we go, cream color. But this was not available. So I said, well, you know what? I'll just do it on my pink and white gingham. And
That's so cute. I like it.
I like it on there.
Yeah, very cute.
But I also have the option to do it on this cream color if I want to. Or actually, I think I decided to do it on the pink and white. The cream was in the kit. That's right. It was available. I just didn't want to do it on that one.
Yeah.
And then these were the
Oh, cute buttons.
little buttons that just another button company gets stuck on there. So
We
that
never
was
did
fun.
sit down and make buttons this winter.
Nope.
Of course, we didn't have winter, so
That's right. That's why.
that's why.
That's why. Absolutely, that's why.
That's-
Can't be any other reason why.
That's the reason.
So then I had this pattern came from our guild in Illinois. We do Saturday stitching once a month, and they kit it with the pattern and the goodies on a card. And it's just one of the Seika Company watercolor designs. And instead of stitching those pieces on the front of this one when I stitch it, I'm going to use some charms I picked out. Here they are now. And they're just, I found this shovel and wheelbarrow and watering can. So that'll be fun. I'm just going to attach those across the middle. And aren't they cute?
But yeah.
And what I like about these patterns is each of these patches on here when you're stitching it is a different stitch, and it's so much fun and so quick to stitch.
Cool.
And I'm going to do it on this Tula fabric. It's got a bit of a rose color to it, which I like with this palette of
Aw,
threads.
pretty.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that would be pretty.
That like screams spring.
Yeah, so that'll be the
Nice.
pattern.
Good times.
And then this little guy you've seen from Deb, I'm going to pull him out, work
Might
on
see it
him.
later, hint, hint.
Yeah, you might. That's Rebecca. That's by Kathy Barrick. That is a beautiful piece. You might remember I didn't get very far on mine last season. We just got a little bit of the sign and the
cedar.
border done. So we'll get back into that. And the last sort of springy one that I pulled out
Oh, yeah.
thinking about it was, oh no, actually I have two. This was my Coco Vin, what is it? Coco Pins, yeah, instead of Coco Vin. My chicken,
Oh, you gotta finish that. That's cute.
I do, and I'm so
And this. I love
pretty
this
far
thread.
along. Yes, this was from Hand Dyed Fibers from Vicki Clayton, and
Oh,
I
this
wanna-
is your chicken. You
Yep.
are. Oh, you gotta finish that.
I know. Look how far I am.
I know.
I don't have a lot to do.
That is.
So-
I love that thread.
And I can't wait to see him done.
I know.
He's
me
so
too.
much different than what it was called for when I picked
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fabric
yeah,
and the
yeah.
pattern. So I'm anxious to see it.
Yeah, get that done, girl.
Liz does change things now and then too, once in a while.
Oh,
And
cardinal
then my
points.
cardinal
Oh my
points.
gosh.
I want to pick this back up and
That
get
is
that done.
gorgeous.
I only have the one corner of the border finished, so I'm just about to start on that. I can start on the cardinal in the middle, or I can go on around and finish the border.
That is so pretty.
Not sure which direction I'll go, but I did get one little birdie down there.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh.
that's what I finished with last time, was just that one corner.
Oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. Wow. These colors are so pretty.
And I got the thread pack that came with it. I didn't even mess with it. They had those already kitted at Strawberry Basket.
Okay. Okay.
And I had one of their coupons for, you know, you spend and you get 20% off. So I bought the chart and the thread pack that day. So I was really happy about that. So, and those are my spring
Very
pieces.
cool. Real quick, that alarm that you heard, even though it wasn't the correct alarm, was for our subscriber tributes.
Yes.
We want to say thank you to everyone who takes that extra moment to hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. And we want to recognize two of you today. Patty Morton, you'll be getting It's from the Designs Collections called Sunbonnet Sue Quilt Sampler. And this is actually from the goodie box that we got.
From Sandra.
From Sandra.
Yep.
So this is so cute. And it is a kit. It comes with your threads. And look how cute that is. It looks like one of those quilts. Nana had... Oops. My Nana actually did, when we were going through her craft room after she passed away, she had a bunch of these Sunbonnet Sues that were cut out and already sewn together, you know, with fabrics.
For quilting,
Yeah.
yes. I remember that.
Yeah. So anyway, Patty, my email is in the drop down under our video. If you can get a hold of me, then I'll get that out to you. Number 2, thank you very much, Gina Miller. You will be getting, oh, this is an awesome book, Leisure Arts Sweet Sayings. There's all kinds of patterns in here, but oh my gosh, they're so cute. Perfect for like summer and spring.
Show her the back. It
I
really
am,
is
yeah, I
springy.
am. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. And there's even more in here. They're just beautiful.
They are.
Really, really fun, meaningful sayings. So Gina, thank you for being a subscriber. You'll be getting that.
That's babbling book patterns.
Yes, and we want to also now give away the Dimensions kit that we talked about last video with the dogs. It's called Winter Ride, and that is going to Colleen
McLaughlin.
what?
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. That's hard to say. McLaughlin. So, Colleen, congratulations. Again, get a hold of me and I'll get that out to you. I'll be back. I dropped something.
And I just want to go back on a comment about dimensions before anybody might be asking us. If you watch the tour video, you'll see that Deb was enamored with the stocking. And just a reminder that that comes out. I know Nashville Market's coming up real soon. And their Christmas stockings are going to come out May 2020. So just be on the lookout.
All right, so another Dimensions kit to offer.
Yes.
This one is so cute. It's called Bird Dog. It's, oh my gosh, it's so cute. When we got these in the mail, and I
Should
told
be called
Liz,
Ivan.
That's what I was gonna say. I said, oh my gosh, Liz, you're gonna love this one with the black lab.
I love
it. So cute. It's called Bird Dog, and it is a full kit.
It is.
So if you are interested in this Dimensions kit, please leave
Ivan.
Ivan. I was gonna say that too. Please leave Ivan.
Yep. As a comment.
The name Ivan in your comment, and then you'll be entered into possibly winning this.
And make sure you're a subscriber, please.
Yes, please be a subscriber.
We do check that.
All right, thank you very much. Okie dokie. One more thing I wanted to talk about with upcoming stitches. Or are you still doing upcoming stitches, or are you finished?
I'm done with spring.
You're finished spring, okay. This isn't really spring related, but when we were at Salty Yarns and I decided, I talked to you about joining the another band sampler, and it is the Learning Stitches 2020, and it's through Sassy Jack's Stitchery. I did get the book when we were there because of the 30% sale, and it's a book by Jeanette Douglas Designs called Learning Stitches Sampler. I wanted to let you know what colors I chose to do it. So I'm going to use the banding that I got at Salty Yarns, and it's just a cream color with a cute edge to it. You need about a yard of it, and if you can get your banding wherever, I mean, you get it right through Sassy Jack's. She actually keeps some back just for this project going on. If for some reason you get on her website and they're out of it, she said keep checking back because she's constantly, you know, restocking with the books and the banding. But I'm gonna choose, she talks to you about actually using some of the threads you already have. So we have collected some silks that I'm going to be using, and just, you know, throwing in, this is a Valdani, and then here's another silk, and this is one of Vicki Clayton's, isn't it?
Yes, that's Ampersand.
Yeah. So that's a pretty gold.
Which you can't get, so
No.
don't
Yeah.
try looking.
And that's what I mean. You can, like...
She's digging in her stash.
Right, and that's what, I mean, that's what Kimberly wants you to do. She wants this to be a real economical way to actually have a class. Classes can be very expensive when you go take them. They're worth it. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but this is a good way to actually get a class, learn some fun stitches, and you're not paying a teaching fee.
I would recommend it to anybody who doesn't have a guild, who always says to us, we don't have any way to take those classes. This is perfect.
So what you need to do is go to Sassy Jack's Stitchery, her website, and you need to purchase the online product, but it's free. It's basically a way for you to get the digital link to everything that she's going to offer you online. You will have access to the Blogspot, links to videos, and I think the first one is actually out. The first stitch is going to be the Hungarian stitch, and I'm pretty sure, I didn't get to watch it yet, but she has her first lesson out. You don't have to worry though.
It's out now, is that what you're saying?
I think so, yeah. I think I saw that come through my email. But again, she lets you know that there's no rush. You can join this at any time. And like I said, you'll need banding or linen that you have at home. Use whatever threads you feel like using from your stash. It's a good way to use up threads. There's going to be 15 different stitches that you get to learn, which that's exciting. And she lets you know like what size needle to get, whether you need a frame or not. I'm going to use my Hardwick frame because I can put my banding right in here, and I think this is the same one that she's using too, unless hers is smaller than this, but I can just stick my banding right through here and that'll help hold it. So yeah, if you are interested, go on her website and check that out, and you know, it's a neat way, like we said, to learn something new and to give it a try. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll start that, because if lesson 1 is out, then I'll get going.
You can take that with you on your trip.
That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Be nice and compact.
Yeah.
Easy to work on in your lap.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
Deb's getting ready to go away with her husband to a business trip, and we were just talking about what she's going to be working on.
Yeah, because I'm not doing any over 1. When we go away.
So this is done, well, I guess it depends on the stitch what it's done on.
Yeah.
Over 1, over 2, over 5.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's going to be fun and exciting. And I've gotten so many private messages on Instagram about everybody that's joining it. So that's awesome, fun. We'll get to see each other's stitching and progress, and hopefully learn something new.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Gadget Corner.
Okey-dokey.
This has a story, as does most of what we talk about. And you'll remember Deb was on a vacation at the Finger Lakes when she went into a stitching shop and picked up some stencils, I'll call them, for her for a project that she's going to do. But she also ordered one specifically for a piece that she bought the kit to do. And over time, things have come and gone, questions unanswered. She never got the gadget.
I never got it.
So
I called. I never got it.
So I have been on a hunt, unbeknownst to Deb, to find it. And I did. And I surprised her with it when we were on our retreat. And it is a Clover yo-yo maker, but it's the mini Clover yo-yo maker. And it makes yo-yos that are mini, but to give you a reference, about the size of a dime. And this is going to be fun. Deb has, you want to show them your yo-yo supply? She makes yo-yos as she goes.
Yeah, so I have some yo-yo makers, but I didn't have this mini one. That's what I was waiting for, because I got this pattern that Liz was talking about, and it's an American flag that you make out of all the mini yo-yos, and it hangs vertical.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool. I'll have to remember to show you that again. So I save fabric scraps and just make different sizes of yo-yos, and then I'll keep them in this jar to pull out, you know, whenever you want to. And then you can keep all your fabric. Like if you have little itty bitty pieces of fabric, don't throw them out. Just save them all, because that ends up being perfect for when you're going to do your yo-yos.
Right. Now, just so you know, because of the gadget, I did some little investigating as I played with it. The instructions are in 4 languages: Spanish, German,
Okay, read me French.
English, and France. French says, the following instructions apply. So, and they are very well defined. All the steps, whether you read it or not, the images and the imagery makes it self-explanatory. I wasn't quite able to glean the whole process from what was on the outside of the cover, so I was hoping that the inside instructions would be more detailed, and they are very much more detailed. So this is what it looks like, and it'll be reverse the camera, will you, Deb? It'll be hanging in the sewing and quilting section is where I found this. In our like small town department store Goods is where I picked this up for Deb and I.
Good old Goods.
Good old Goods. It's got 2 pieces. It has a plate that snaps in, and the front of it is this facing right here when you're working with it. This was so funny when I was doing this. Rick's like looking at me, watching me, and I said, "This is instructional information. Don't
He's like, why
bother
are you
with
sewing
it."
little circles?
These are actually, the reason I wanted to combine this gadget with this project is because the colors I'm going to show you that I already made the yo-yos from, Deb picked out of her little fabric stash for me because I was trying to match colors that would go with the peep. So that'll give you an idea what I might be using it for. All I needed to do it was some fabric pieces like Deb had, small ones, and it's this simple. I will say that you will see a difference between the thickness of the fabric as you're trying to work with it. The thicker fabrics make it a little more difficult to get the shape of your yo-yo when you're done. You have to kind of play with it a little with your needle. But all you do is snap that circle of fabric inside this little gadget and make sure you have about 1/8 of an inch around the outside so that as you sew it, you can come through that edge. And it's literally this simple. You start at...
Oh, go up a little bit. They can't see.
Yep, I just got to get
Okay.
the needle in there first. You start at this little knob. There's 3 of them. You can start at any of them. You come through the front from the back. And then you just continue going back through right next to it. And you go through this little guy all the way around just like that. It's that simple. When you get back, you go one more time back over the first one. You don't knot it. You pop the little guy back out. And then I discovered the tricky part was when you cinch up the yo-yo. I found that if I grab it and cinch it and move my thumb and forefinger as I cinch, I actually get a more even cinching all the way around than if I just grab it and pull. When I grab it and pulled, it tended to gather more right at the beginning and less at the end, and then I had to work it back down. So there's a little bit of play in it.
And now you have perfect little yo-yos.
And then you get the
Itty
babies,
bitty.
and they just come in all
And they're
kinds
so
of...
cute.
And they, you can see they all turn out pretty much identical to each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
that's why these forms work beautifully. You don't have to use a form when you sew yo-yos,
No.
but then your yo-yos will not be perfect.
they won't gather similarly when you gather them.
Like if you mean if you're stitching them together.
No, I mean if you don't use the form and your seam isn't got the same stitching all the way around, you'll get larger
Oh, I see
larger
what you mean.
peaks in your seams as you pull.
Right. Right, but even more so than that, if they're not exactly the same, like for that flag I'm going to make, you want every yo-yo to match perfectly so that your lines line up
Yes.
perfectly, you know, so.
My original yo-yo device is just a template of circle sizes on a big piece of like Mylar. And it was done, and it's called yo-yo template, and you use it just to trace your circles and cut them.
Yeah.
But then your stitching isn't always, like Deb said, you know, even. And these were too much fun. I was having a blast with
Yeah,
these.
and these she probably already said this. I missed it. They come in different sizes, but
You've got them in your jar there. Just show them the side.
Yeah, I did. I showed him the big one right
Okay.
there. But yeah, I was waiting on that little one and
Yep.
finally gave up. Like, it's not coming.
I was so glad she didn't have it. I hadn't heard about it from her for a while, and I thought, please don't let her have it. Don't let her have it. The only trick to this whole thing, make sure you put this in the right way, because if you don't, it won't snap. And if it doesn't snap, it doesn't work. So that's how easy it is. So Gadget corner.
This is one of those things you look at and you think, I wish I would have came up with
Oh
this.
my gosh.
Man.
Now, see, you think differently than me. I look at that and I go, how in the world did they figure, who in the world sat down and figured that out? And I'm thinking, it's got to be an engineer. It's got to be an engineer. No, blows my mind. I just sit there and I think it's got to be mathematics.
Right. Let's do finishes.
Yes, ma'am. You start.
Are we up to finishes?
We are.
We are? Good. Great.
You go.
Wonderful. Okay.
She can't wait.
Where's my... Oh. Wait till you see this. What? I am a mess.
No, I said wait till you see this.
Oh.
I didn't say you were a mess. No, I did not say that.
Yeah, I are.
Our producer would fire me if I said that.
All right, I finally finished my ornaments piece, and now I can take it to Mike.
Drum roll.
Yay!
It is gorgeous.
It is finished.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Thanks.
I love
so
the
excited.
depth of those colors together.
Isn't that crazy? All DMC. And it's that darn pretty. So this is it. I'll actually miss stitching on this.
But you got your hoop back.
Yes, and now I have my other sampler now on the hoop, so that's great. So I will take that, pick out a frame that's going to, oh my gosh, I can't speak. It's going to become a tray
Oh, cool.
for that. And I have another finish.
Yes, you do.
Liz showed this pattern earlier. It's Rebecca the Rabbit, and
Oh, nice job.
thank you. She's surprised because I didn't show her. I like
She
to
makes me
surprise
wait.
her. I do. I've had the stitching finished for Rebecca for a long time, but I wasn't sure. I thought maybe I was going to turn it into a pillow. I just wasn't sure what to do with her. But then I had Matt make me a frame the other day, and then I just went to town with painting and distressing the frame, and I love how it turned out. So this is Rebecca. The frame is just pine. There's nothing to it. It was just simple pine. And I first painted it with a olive craft paint, and then I used a wet paper towel and I just kind of smudged on some metallic paint on top of that. Once that dried, I then put a mahogany stain over top of that and then rubbed it. Once that kind of dried a little bit, I rubbed it with some sandpaper. And then that is the distressed look that you get.
Can I back you up a minute?
You can.
The olive paint went on.
It did.
Then the metallic went on with a paper towel, you said?
Yeah, a wet paper towel. So I didn't put it everywhere. I kind of like went like this and just kind of smudged, with the paper towel.
And was the olive paint dry first?
Yes, the
Okay.
olive paint went on with a brush and that was dry first.
Dry, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So simple frame, and he just put this inlay for me because I wanted that. I thought that was pretty.
That is gorgeous.
And I just gave him my dimensions.
So
and
that's inlay. He didn't route that.
No.
Oh, wow.
Nope.
Pretty, pretty.
Nope. That's a separate piece that we stuck in there. Yeah, so he did a good job, and now I get to hang it up. And I wanted it green because I wanted to bring out the green in the greenery, the vines. I didn't want to bring out the color of the rabbit because I just thought if I brought out the green, it actually makes the rabbit pop a little more.
It does. It's gorgeous.
So thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's
Now you know
done.
what mine will look like.
D-U-N, yeah. Matt! Liz needs a frame.
Okay.
Yeah, you could even do the same colors too because you're stitching yours in silks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we picked the same palette for that one.
Yeah.
Now, there's junk in here.
Oh, fun junk.
Yeah, this is actually for you.
No way.
Yes, it says not sisters by blood, but sisters by heart.
Oh, I love it.
I thought it would be nice
Thanks.
in your craft
Oh
room.
my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, look how cute that is.
And you didn't know it, but you got this for me.
I
She
did see. Okay. Yes, Liz, you've been waiting on this for so long, and I mean, I just put it in your box earlier today so that you could be surprised when you opened
surprised.
your box.
Look at that.
Surprise!
Deb got me an ultra thimble.
Oh gosh,
I've been waiting for that.
that's so funny.
So, I finished this piece by Plum Street Sampler.
That's so
it's called A
cute.
Friend Loveth. And it was sitting in my pattern tree forever and partially done. And I thought, you know what? It'd be fun to finish.
Oh, I like that.
So I stitched her. And then Deb and I went to Hobby Lobby on our Valentine's date. And I said, I want to find something for this and something to finish another piece in. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I found this box. And the reason I liked it was because it was just about the perfect size for this piece. It's about the size I'd call it a recipe box almost. The whole box itself looks like this when it's done. Just a little rustic box. And I said to Deb, I said,
Next time have Matt make that for you.
Okay. I said, how can I finish this? And she suggested that if I align the pattern to the left, then I could take a piece of some kind of wool and decorate this side with the wool and then lace it and then mount it on the top. So I pulled out my wool and was texting Deb saying which piece, and then
This is so pretty.
she picked this one out of the
Gosh,
ones that I had.
So pretty.
That's a little piece out of just a little, like a remnant grab of wool that Deb bought me at Goods one day.
See, goods.
Yeah,
Goods is good.
yeah, Goods
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll put that together for our next video, maybe.
Yeah,
We'll see if
yeah.
that
Love
works out.
it.
I'm
That's
anxious to do it.
perfect.
I was debating whether it should go on the top or whether it should go in the bottom and have it be my sewing things, but you don't see it in the bottom.
No. Put that on the top.
All right.
That's awesome. Love it.
Thank you.
That is so pretty. I love those colors too. Beautiful.
Now this next one I'm really excited about
Beautiful.
because I found this also on our Valentine's date at Hobby Lobby.
We had fun.
We did. We
We were in Hobby Lobby
I
for
had-
like long time.
It was like about 2.5
Oh,
hours
yeah.
because we started there. We're getting smart. We start there and then we go to eat. We don't do it the other way around.
About the time that I can't take it anymore, I find her.
Yes.
And I'm like, Liz, I gotta eat.
How's it going? I'm ready. So out we went. So you might remember that the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine from last summer had I Believe in Mermaids pattern that I then stitched for my daughter Carrie for her birthday. And she's only ever seen it on this video because she was in Florida when I finished it. But they were having a 50% off wall decor sale at Hobby Lobby, and I had seen this tray. And I thought, oh, that would be pretty, and it would be simple for a finish. And I thought I could put a piece of acrylic in the top. And then I showed it to Deb, and I said, what do you think? She says, I love it. She said, but you don't have to put the acrylic in. She said, you could just mount it and then put that either on the wall or set it as a decor item, something. And then I got to the register, and the lady's looking at it, and I said, well, do these mean anything? And she said, oh, well, that would mean it's meant to go on the wall.
Yeah.
So these actually were attached. They're the anchors to mount it on the wall. And so it actually fell into the 50% off category.
Yeah, that is awesome.
That was so much fun to do. It took me a little longer than I thought because I wanted to make sure I got it nice and tight. But all I did was lace it to the wood that was mounted in the bottom, and then I just put a little piece of cardboard over top of the back just to keep the threads tight. So
Very cool.
it came out
Very,
really nice.
very cool.
I was excited about
Yeah,
it. So
I love
Carrie,
it.
when you come to visit, you can pick up your tray.
Yes. It'll
I
be at my
suppose I
house.
could
Just
just-
kidding.
Oh, I should also tell you, Carrie,
Pretty
Hobby
pretty.
Lobby has, they set up by category of decor, their mermaid and beach kiosk or display in the middle of the store there has some really pretty things all in this shade of blue-green that would go really nicely with this little tray.
Because if she's hanging it on the wall, I wonder if there's a couple things you could even set
Yes.
down in here too.
They
without covering up the stitching.
Yeah.
But honestly though, I mean, this is just perfect the way it is. You
I know.
know? I love it.
I keep giving away the
Beautiful.
stuff I actually finish.
Yeah.
But
beautiful.
eventually we'll put something on the
Yay.
wall. Thank you, ma'am.
Good job. I'm excited to see that other one finished too.
Yes, that'll be fun
Love
to
it.
do. I was
All
gonna
right.
try to do that last night. We had a little mishap at our house. Well, no one a mishap. Our refrigerator quit on us. Monday morning, I noticed water standing in the freezer under the ice bucket. That's not a good sign. By Monday evening, my husband's not a reactionary person. So Monday evening, when all the meat was defrosted, he said, "You're right. I don't think this is gonna work anymore."
What was his first
So
clue?
I grabbed all the meat, ran to the basement, put it in the freezer,
Oh my god.
and I sent him out for ice. And once we got it emptied, and I said to him, I said, let's get it all out and let's check the drain. Well, what good would that do? I said, well, if the drain's plugged, if for some reason the defrost, I said, let's just do what we can. So we got it cleaned out enough that the freezer side then became cold enough to keep the refrigerated side cold overnight. That's as far as we got. Tuesday started with the ice chests and the ice cubes, and it's been ice and ice cubes until I left there today. It's still in that situation, but the new refrigerator is arriving today thanks to our
Nice.
to the landlord and to Rick running around looking at scratch and dent places, and it's really a nice fridge. So I'm excited by it.
Yes.
And I'll be happy not to pour ice on top of all the cheese and the milk and the cream for the next 3 days. But anyway, I was going to try to finish that last night, and by the time I got the mermaid finished, because I lost my countertop in the kitchen because of everything, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a mess of it if I try to do it tonight. I need to spread it out and do it when I have the time. So next time.
Very cool.
We've enjoyed our time with you today.
Yes.
And our time with each other like we always do.
Yes.
And as always,
Share the joy of needlework. See you next time.
Bye-bye.